everybody. It's about time that I updated you on what's been happening in my life and what my plans are for the future. Plans? I had plans for this year, and look what happened. Now, those of you who've read my blog will have some sort of insight into my life and lifestyle this year. I recommend it. If you've got a few minutes to spare, actually probably a few hours, because I do ramble on a little bit. But anyway, on the 2nd of January this year, I was diagnosed with chronic lymphocytic leukemia, or CLL for short. Briefly, it's a disease of the blood, particularly the white cells and those that fight off disease. But it also affects how the oxygen and other elements are carried around the body and how my body heals any damage through injury or infection. It's chronic, so that means I'll always have it, but hallelujah, I'm in remission. And the chemo has worked, and God willing, I will keep clear of the effects of the disease for a good many years yet. So, plans. Well, the priorities at the moment are to keep healthy, get my fitness back to what it was, perhaps not what it was when I was 30 maybe, and then to rebuild my life. In the mix also at this time is the fact that the beginning of January I'm 65 and I will be taking my state pension. I've decided that I'll be retiring from my responsibilities and enjoying without any guilt the bargain hunt, the right stuff, homes under the hammer, while spending my income on sherry and strong lager. Well, not really. But I'm planning to take it easier, but not so much that you won't see me regularly at Headway. If Graham and Vanessa want to have me around, making tea, being a conversation partner, running a quiz, generally making a fool of myself, then I'll be very happy to be there. I don't think I've got it in me to be part of that executive team that is so much demands are put on them nowadays. I think I've done my little bit in that respect. I've got some projects that I'm going to exercise my grey cells on over the next period, if I'm spared, that is, and I look forward to seeing everybody. I'm very grateful for all your support over the years. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show a few photographs of Headway of old. The photographs actually that I've got only go back as far as Cardiff Road, but many of you won't have experienced Cardiff Road. So there's some photos of Cardiff Road, of Dallow Road Centre of the Salvation Army, and just enjoy those. I'm still speaking while it's running, but anyway, maybe I'll give you a little insight into the Headway that in my experience and my right hand partner Vanessa, when we joined on July the 1st 2007. But I would like to thank you, and I hope you enjoy this little presentation. Thanks. I will be back later.
For me, and also Vanessa, it all began in July 2007, thrown into the deep end of the Cardiff Road Centre. Kate was going away on maternity leave. There were only 2 other part-time centre staff, Angie and Ruth. Graham was holding court in the ivory tower of the 3rd floor. Everything was very different in those times. A busy day was blessed with, at the most, say, 14 or 15 clients. Barnfield College ran most of the activities most of the time. Snack Attack provided the cheap and cheerful snack lunches. We all had plenty of volunteers then, some of whom have passed on, some moved on to better things, and some are still with us. Lynn covered for Kate, and the number of referrals steadily materialised into greater client numbers. Additionally, the needs of clients became increasingly complex. Barnfield gradually pulled out of providing services, and we had to recruit volunteer tutors and plan the creative and computer sessions ourselves. Kate returned from her maternity leave and started a more intensive NVQ training scheme for volunteers. The number of new clients continued to increase. During this time, I began developing some computer-based database system to help meet the increasingly complex administration demands. Sometime during the period, Noreen joined the staff team. Headway had always used social work students on placement from the university, and we welcomed a number of good characters, one of whom was Ekaterina, who has returned as a member of the staff team. Cardiff Road Centre became less fit for general purposes. As an interim, before a permanent move could be planned, we looked for a temporary overspill centre. The community centre in Dallow Road was chosen as the venue, and we ran services on Mondays and Thursdays. We joined in their gardening project, even having an allotment of our own for a while. Eventually, this centre too became inadequate. A little aside here, Headway, South Beds, started in church halls with basic facilities. In 1997, I think, they were looking for hot lunches. Nothing changes. I was running a cafe project which needed to work with other voluntary organisations, and we were able to cook and deliver a selection of suitable meals. That's where I first met Kate and Vicky, who also worked at Cardiff Road, before Vanessa and I arrived on the scene. Back to the story. We discovered the Salvation Army Centre near the university was able to meet our needs and relocated the Monday and Thursday services from Dallow Road. It was a great venue with home-cooked lunches. A new centre was opened in Leighton Buzzard, which still thrives. Maria began there before joining us in Alma Street. The search for new premises came to fruition in 2011. The current building was found and all the legal matters negotiated, resulting in its purchase on a mortgage. Cardiff Road was sold and vacated, thanks to superhuman effort by the team and a man and a van. In April 2012, we opened the doors of 49 to 53 Alma Street. You'll have to take my word, but the original delightful colour scheme, they were a sight for sore eyes. And Debbie joined the team as administrative assistant during that spring. Once she'd started work, the demands on her office skyrocketed. The local health and social care departments put Headway under immense pressure to provide statistics upon statistics, forecasts upon forecasts. I eventually wondered, who actually reads all that stuff? Improvements evolved quickly, thanks to Vanessa and Debbie. Everything was painted clean, neutral colours and equipped to a highly professional standard. The trustees backed us with the finance, thanks to Graham's persistent input, with new heating, double glazing, outside redecoration, roofing repairs and many other initiatives to make this a centre everyone can be proud of. Having a centre with appropriate facilities for care, activities and support has been a huge selling point to offer potential clients. However, it had the effect of making more work for everyone in the organisation. Kate left and Lynn took on the community services, as she, more recently, willingly covered for me on sick leave. Some other personnel changes: Claire, Claudette, Jane working in the centre, and Angie Murray assisting Debbie. Tutors became sessional workers as we widened our portfolio of activities. You are blessed with a great team. Over the years, much has changed, while much has remained the same. Numbers of clients have increased, but the friendliness remains. The cognitive exercises have changed, but the caring approach by the staff remains the same, or even better. However, one thing remains the same: car parking issues. As a pedestrian and or cyclist, it has consistently been a matter of irritation to me that a patch of concrete or gravel could become a personality changing disorder for some. Highs and lows, too many highs to list here. Lows, we just picked ourselves up and got over 'em. For me, Headway has always been about the people. That's why I came in the first place. People have ups and downs, we help them through. It's been my privilege and pleasure to be part of the team. Honestly, Headway has been the high spot of my working life. I believe I've been able to make a lot of difference to other people's well-being, whether colleagues or clients.
Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. I quite enjoyed making this little presentation, but it remains now to wish everybody a happy Christmas, a happy New Year. I hope, certainly from my side, I don't get any surprises like I did New Year 2015. But I want to assure you that God willing I shall still be around. I'm still very happy to chat to people and put back a little into Headway that's given me so much pleasure and a bit of anxiety over the years. So I look forward to a future, because somewhere along the line they say the future is bright. Well, after all the drugs I've taken, it's certainly bright. Best wishes to everybody, and a big thank you to everybody in Headway, not least all of the staff, and not least amongst those chosen few, Vanessa Hart, who's kept me going when things were tough and has certainly kept me going in the last 11 months, has looked after me, and I know I've been a little bit of a shoulder for people to cry on, but I'm very happy to do that. Best wishes to everybody. And over my shoulder you'll see the Headway calendar, and I have to say it's one of the best things that I've had around in the house, because it's reminded me of all the talent that exists in Headway. It's been a real emotional walking stick for me as I've gone past it every day and looked at what's planned, a lot of it related to drugs and appointments and things, but hopefully those days are over. And looking over, it's the magpie. It's a great picture. So if anybody has the time and talent, it does take a bit of time to put it all together, but I tell you what, it's been a great help to me, because every morning I've gone down there, next to the fridge is the Headway calendar, and as the month comes to an end I think, wow, that was great. Whose art are we going to see next month? That's just a little advert. Anyway, all the best everybody. Thanks.